Why Swanky?
Swanky. I love the word. Who doesn't love the word? You love the word. I love the word swanky. I've heard it my whole life. It's ritzy, classy, swanky, and it takes you back to a time where it was a magic place. The 20s and the 30s, whether they were or not, it doesn't matter, but we look back on it. I look back on it at that time as a magic place. I listen to the music of that era, and it sounds magical to me. So I have been in love with this music my whole life. My parents played it, and my parents played it in the house. I grew up with it. I'm glad that groups like the Beatles and the Kinks and a lot of the contemporary writers, musicians in the 60s, played a lot of the old style stuff. They paid homage to it. The Mamas and the Papas, when they did Dream a Little Dream of Me, that took us right back to that old world. And so I had always had that affinity for that kind of music. So when I wanted to put this new record together, I had been playing these old songs and singing these old songs, and I thought, maybe I could put them all together in one package. So I started collecting them, and some of my friends, I told them I was going to be doing like an old style crooning album, and they said, "Oh, you mean like Frank Sinatra?" And I said, "No, not Sinatra." I said, I can't sing that way, and it's not my style. That's very hard music to sing, and it's not a style that I resonated with. These other songs, I always felt like I could sing them. You know, there were character songs, a lot of character songs from the 20s and 30s and 40s, and very romantic songs too. Dream a Little Dream of Me, If I Didn't Care, A Kiss to Build a Dream On. Those songs went right to my heart, and when I heard them growing up and through my adult life, I always thought those are songs that I'd love to do. So when I started to put this record together, I called my old friend Al Schmidt, who was an old Hollywood engineer. Not old, I mean, he was just a guy who's been around forever, and he's a fantastic engineer and mixer. And I had sent him a few of my other CDs, and he liked them. So I called him up. I said, "Al, what do you think about the idea of me doing a record called Swanky?" And he said, "I love it." He said, "I love it." I said, "Would you help us at Capitol?" And he said, "Oh, I'd love to." So that's how that unfolded. I was able to put together a bunch of musicians from LA and Hawaii, and we went into Capitol on this great adventure. I really started playing, I had been playing these for a while, and I'd listened to them my whole life, but I really got into playing them about 5 or 6 or 7 years ago with my friends in Hawaii. There's a group over there called the Hot Club of Hulaville, founded by a guy named Sonny Silva, who's a brilliant guy, and he gets great musicians and great songs. And I was lucky enough to be around them at the time. We had been friends for a long time, and I got involved with that group as they were forming, and so I got to record their albums, their live albums, and they had asked me to help out, and I loved it. I don't know if they asked or I volunteered, but it was a mutual love affair, and I just wanted to be around it. And the Hot Club of Hulaville was performing, they were doing a lot of the Django Reinhardt type of songs with the gypsy jazz, with the violin and the gypsy guitars, and then they'd use clarinets and accordions and pianos and great singers. And I fell in love with this music all over again. And it was really a treat to be around those guys and to be part of it and to help them with their records. And as we were doing it, I kept collecting these songs, and I'd listen to one of theirs. I go, I want to do that song. But I want to do it a little better. I want to do it my way. I didn't want to do it strict Hot Club style. I didn't want to try and imitate them or the old stuff. I had my own sensibilities. So when I started collecting these songs, like "Brother, Can You Spare a Dime?" I had a decent idea of how I wanted to do that. "Dream a Little Dream of Me," who doesn't love the Mamas and Papas version, but I wanted to do it with my twist on it. And so I got some of my Hollywood friends here, some of my friends in California, to play, my friend Harry to play piano, and my friend Bill Champlin to sing backgrounds on it. And I didn't want to cop the mamas and papas, but I wanted to get a special choral sound to it, and we were able to get it. The song "We'll Meet Again," I had been playing with a friend on ukulele, and it just the sentiment in that song I always loved. It was a wartime song from the late 30s or early 40s, and I had always loved the Vera Lynn version of it, which was very emotional. And then when I heard the Mills Brothers version of it, I loved it. So I sort of wanted to do a little combination of that. And all those songs, they just took me to this place. And so when I said I'm going to put this record together, Swanky, I knew I had a good collection of songs to put in there. As we were recording it, the first one we did, in the afternoon session, was "Putting on the Ritz," and I had loved that song my whole life, and I've always loved the Bing Crosby version. And it turned out that was the best song of the day. Everybody just clicked on that one, and the room just was jumping. So I wanted to. That ended up being first on the album. So basically, it's my journey down memory lane, and it's not even really my memory lane, because this was not music from my generation. This was music from my parents' generation, really, that they played in the house, much like we played the Beatles for our kids and the Rolling Stones and the Motown and all the great folk music. So it's getting I think people like to hear this, mainly because it just feels good. They're beautiful songs that people like, and it just feels good. I've performed these now a number of times, and one of the fun things is when I'm playing something like "I'll Remember You" or "I Remember You" or "We'll Meet Again," people in the audience hold hands, husbands and wives hold hands, and they sway back and forth and sing, and they sing along. And that's really special. And that's one of the things that makes this album just, I'm very glad I did it. And it just makes me glad that, people are enjoying it.